Hi everyone, and welcome to Project Homestead's YouTube channel. My name is Sarah and I am one of the co-founders of Project Homestead. Here at Project Homestead, we teach aspiring homesteaders how to live a simpler and more self-sustainable life. My husband Marcus and I have both, ever since we were little kids, always wanted to have our own farm and have a giant garden and have lots of land where we can raise our own food. Currently, we're only on a third of an acre, so what we can do is a little bit limited, but what we've learned over the last year is that we can do so much on just this tiny lot of land. So we wanted to create this Project Homestead in order to help teach others that no matter where you're at, you can always do something to become more self-sustainable. Whether you're in a studio apartment in a big city, out in the country with several acres of land, or somewhere in between, you can start your own little homestead right where you are. You don't need several acres to begin living a simpler life. You can do container gardening within your apartment. Lots of herbs and vegetables actually love indoor gardening. They like lettuce. Lettuce is very easy to grow in just your windowsill. Basil, oregano, all kinds of herbs and stuff. Strawberries absolutely love containers as well. They're very hardy. Spinach is another very hardy plant. So a lot of, like the main greens and stuff and, like salads and whatnot, you can easily grow inside your home. We also have kind of ventured into looking into raising our own meat. And I know raising your own meat isn't for everyone, but in November of 2017, my husband and I started doing research on how to build a homestead and how we can have our own mini farm. After watching and reading several documentaries on how animals are raised in the commercial factories, my husband and I decided it was time for us to try doing it on our own. We want to know what's going in our food, and we also want to know that whatever animals we may raise in the future will be loved, well cared for. They won't live in cages. They'll be fed nutritious, high quality food. And this is one of the main reasons that we've started our journey to a more self-sustainable life. After doing his research, we did realize that we could do a lot of this stuff on the third of an acre. So over the last year, we've actually kind of expanded our knowledge. We've tested some things out. We have a bunch of chickens now, and we haven't had to buy store-bought eggs in over a year, and I absolutely love it. I didn't realize how fun it would be to raise chickens. I mean, they're such characters. Each of them have their own personality. We have one lavender orpington. She's huge. She's so fluffy, and she is just a character. She'll run up to you. She was actually chasing Marcus the other day, trying to get him to pet him. So she would run up to him, squat, and then wait for him to pet him, and then he'd pet her, and then he'd start walking away, and she'd chase after him and do her little squat again and then get him to pet. It was just the cutest thing. I mean, just things like that, just having these girls over the last year has just been great. We've also learned a lot about gardening. We're actually completely revamping everything that we're doing this year. So we've expanded our garden area. We're going to do arch trellises. And so we're going to try that. We're going to do that for our zucchini and for our cucumber and for our beans, because we're trying to do a lot of canning. Growing up, for me personally, I remember constantly sitting in the living room, snapping beans, and, we did hundreds and hundreds of pounds of beans. And I just remember doing that with my mom, my grandma, my sister. It was just like a snapping bean party, every summer, and I want to get back into that. We also made our own applesauce and stuff. So I've gotten more into canning and preserving food. I actually bought one of the Ball canning books that has tons of recipes, and I'm really excited to try as many recipes from that book as I can. We've tried a cherry bourbon barbecue sauce, an apricot habanero jelly. We've also learned how to pickle carrots and jalapenos, so instead of buying them from the store, getting them from some of the local restaurants here, we're able to make them ourselves. And I've made them probably 3 times. I've made, I think, about 6 to 9 pints each time, and they're gone just within the matter of days because my husband and I both love them so much. They're such a simple, easy thing to include in like your lunches or something. So today's video, I really just wanted to take a moment and introduce myself, introduce Project Homestead, you know, what we're about, and also to show you guys one of the projects that we've been working on. We converted one of our sheds that we have on the property into a hen house just by using some material that we had laying around. So without further ado, let's show you guys the project and what we've been up to. Last night we converted this shed into a chicken house because we are consolidating the 3 coops that we have into one, and now it's time to let the girls out. So how many is that? Is that everyone? Okay, so let's take a look inside and see what we did. So as you can see, this is just a typical shed. Oh, there's still girls in here. Hi, girls. So basically, we just had a few old drawers hanging around that we used for nesting boxes. And we built a little roost for them. Got some hay laid down. We're not completely done with it yet. We still have to put a light in. We want to put a light up there, and then we got to get a hanging feeder for them, hanging water, and a couple of other updates. But we just wanted to get it ready for them so that they can at least come in here and we can start getting rid of the other 3 coops. Last weekend, we added onto an extension of the back of the shed where we built our Cornish house, because we also raise meat birds. So in here is where we keep our Cornish cross. And as you can see, it got really, really cold last night, so they're all huddled up in here. But this is just an extension of the back of the shed. We had built it last year for some of our American guinea hogs that we raised, but we only raised those throughout the fall and winter, and then when spring comes around is when we butcher them. And so this space actually wasn't even used for our last batch, so we just decided to turn it into our hen house, well, our meat bird house. So now, because what was going on is we had all of this room. So as you can see, there's the blue coop and then another coop right there, and we have another coop back here. But we're going to finish this fence and separate this area and make this whole area into our garden house, or our garden area. So we've got our plans going already. We're going to do corn here. We're going to move this apple tree. We're going to do an orchard all along the fence, and then we're going to do some arch trellises for our zucchini and cucumber, and then do a giant raised bed. So we've definitely got a lot of work to do. We were actually hoping to get the fence finished today, but the ground is pretty solid. It was down in the low 20s last night, so hopefully it warms up and is able to thaw out a bit before we can go ahead and finish this fence and get everything finally separated. 2 weekends ago we trimmed our filbert tree, so we gotta get all that cleaned up as well. But lots of stuff to do. You know, follow us and we'll keep posting updates, and as we go along, I'm actually really excited this year. Our garden will be the biggest it's ever been. We've got lots of exciting plans, so have a great day, everyone. As you can see, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. We've got to build a fence, we've got to put the gate up, we've got to completely separate the garden area from the chicken area. Our ultimate goal is to create one completely separate section for all of our chickens and then one section for our garden. So the ground is still really, really hard right now because it froze last night. It was down in the 20s, so it's a little hard to dig the fence post. I'm really hoping that it does thaw sometime so that we can get that going. And if you liked our video, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to share more information with you guys. We've been doing this just for, a little over a year now, and we've learned so much in that year, and I just can't wait to share what I've learned with everyone. I'm actually even in the process of building a gardening course for beginner gardeners, and I will later this year be building a course on canning and food preservation. So for those of you that are new to canning or new to gardening, check out my Instagram, follow me in my Facebook group, and where I share a lot of different tips and advice on, growing different vegetables, different canning techniques, different recipes and whatnot. The links to both my Instagram and Facebook are down below. And if you want to keep up to date on all of our projects that we share, hit the subscribe button here. And I hope you all have a great day. I hope that we'll be able to bring a lot of value and information to you guys. If you want to reach out to us, definitely do, either through Instagram, Facebook, or just comment below. And we'd love to hear from you, love to hear what your story is, what got you into homesteading, what your interests are. And also, if you have any questions, if there's something that you want to know and you would like us to do a video on it, definitely ask. We would love to get new ideas on, what kind of videos to do. So hit the subscribe button, follow us on Instagram, join our Facebook group, reach out to us, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you.